Hey team, welcome back. Another review. Teaching the World to Read. Teaching the World to Read, my multi-million-dollar story by Wendy Pye. Dame Wendy Pye, she has royal honours there, from New Zealand. Published in 2024 by her own publishing company, Wendy Pye Publishing Limited. This is her story, written by her, and she calls it My Story. So who is she? Why is she famous? She leads, owns, and runs one of the most successful educational export companies in the world. You might know her, if you are an educationalist, as the Sunshine Book Lady. So why am I reviewing her book? Well, firstly, someone gave it to me and I added it to the pile and now it's at the top. And I've been a consumer of her material for the past 30 odd years as an educator, and I am intrigued by her story. How did she get there? And then I was drawn in by a quote from the ex-Prime Minister of New Zealand, Helen Clark, as she speaks about Wendy Pye, recognising her strength in ethical business practice across time. I know nothing about marketing and the publishing world, so I jumped in to see what I could learn. So there are 245 pages of her story, broken into 25 chapters. It narrates her journey around the world and pioneering new businesses, her connections, and the successes and failings of these. She talks openly of highs and lows, her thoughts and feelings about different markets in the world, particularly how redundancy 35 years ago launched her million-dollar career. The phoenix that rose from the fire of jealousy and challenge, karma. She was a threat and redundancy was put to her. And today she has a net worth of over $100 million. So, what is her story? Wendy Pye was born in 1943 in Western Australia on a farm with a love of horses, the outdoors, and being creative. From her father, she valued his love and support, and from her mother, she learned ambition and valued how her mother drove her. She's one of 4 sisters. She trained as a secretary and wrote copy for radio at the age of 17. She went on a whim to New Zealand to try a new life. Here she met her husband, Donald, left him, returned, married him, and lived her life with him, creating a business out of her New Zealand base camp. 50 years later, she's still there. She is not a teacher, not university trained, and she leads education publishing across the world. I just got to love that. I've outlined down below in the pictures and things on a map her travels. Her book dips into the success, challenges, and highlights of each market, the blocks that she faced, and then untapped opportunities that she's never explored. Her love of horses continues today as she and her husband enjoy breeding and racing horses with more than 65 in their stables. Of the 25 chapters, my favourite 2 chapters, chapter 1, page 5, the beginning, because I love to work out where she all started and how it all began in Western Australia, and then chapter 8, I love the title, Champions and Bastards I've Met. That's on page 75. So her teachings for us to learn, and she actually sums this up in the last few pages of the book. Be honest in all dealings. You'll last the test of time. You may not win that moment, but over time you will win. Only live within your means. Ask people for help. Keep your overheads down to a minimum. $1 spent on rent is $1 less for product and marketing. Be prepared to work long hours and forget holidays. You need to be totally committed and passionate. Have a good lawyer and an accountant. Never skimp on contract advice. Don't let your heart rule your head when negotiating. Set goals you can achieve and review them, like daily, weekly, and set a task list for each day, particularly if you're running your own business, so you don't get lost in it all. Have a plan, but be adaptable with that plan. Don't give up the first time. Try and try again. If you have to give up on it, take it on the chin. Apologise if you have to, and then drop the idea and move on. Be realistic with your planning, what you can achieve with your team. Take the team with you. Share success and failure as you go along. Remember, everyone fails, don't hide it. Be original if you can. Aim for excellence with every product. Take one product at a time. Don't get tempted into multiples. Step by step. Extend a welcome and a helping hand to all you work with and those you meet. Keep in contact. Today might be a no, but tomorrow the market might change. And the traits I see, she's a learner. God, she's resilient and brave. She's courageous and visionary and pioneering. She's connected, she's a risk taker and deeply committed. Her story shows her naivety in parts at the beginning and then the deep learning she took from this. Her commitment to really hard work and just getting in with a positive mindset, a bit of grit and making a go of it. Dame Wendy is relentless. She emulates that New Zealand and Australian, she'll be right, mate, know how, can do. The attitude of, I don't know, but I'll have a jolly good go at it. She is simply quite awesome. You have to stand in awe of her work. I couldn't market like she does. That's not in my makeup and it's not in my DNA. But what I'd give to have lunch with her and to listen and to learn, man, she's quite incredible. Worth a read.